Hi, it says I'm live. Ooh, I'm live. Good morning. It's bright and early. It's 6:30 in the morning for me. It is April Fool's Day, and I figured what better day to do a video when I've been slacking off than April Fool's Day. So that makes it Thursday, April the 1st, 2021. Um, I kind of feel like those like blogs and vlogs and diary entries that they do on like the apocalyptic movies where they're like, today's date is uh, March 85th of 99, and we've been in the desert for 3 years, 2 days, and 15 minutes. Kind of feels that way with COVID, huh? So anywho, um, things are going okay. Let's see. There's not a lot new. I just, again, I'm just putting my face out here so I can get used to doing this again. Um, I've been changing a few pieces of art here and there, so you can kind of see my curry up there has replaced the affirmation that Dana used to have over there. I'm just trying to start getting things to be a little more. Oh, and I have the family honey wagon up there too. Um, there's a whole story behind the honey wagon. And you can see over there, there's a painting in the dining room. So I've gotten a lot of art up over the weekend. I was working on the condo and trying to make it more like me, which has been a trick, but it's getting there. It's slow, but it's getting there. Um, my friend came over last night and he and I had dinner and a puzzle because that's living dangerously. Puzzles, man. And he was kind of joking with me last night. And he said, when you were young, did you ever think to yourself, I'd be hanging out with a Russian? And I said, no. I said, if you would have told my younger self I was going to be hanging out with a Russian, my younger self would have been like, yeah, that's awesome. And then I would have had to like confess to my younger self, and we're sitting and doing puzzles. And my younger self would have kicked me like down a flight of stairs. You're hanging out with Russians, and the best thing you could think to do is do a puzzle? Yeah, and eat soup. Oh, my life is my life. Um, I also have decided that I'm going to start letting more people physically into my life. So last week I had one of the ladies from the church over socially, and I'm gonna try and have at least one person over socially besides just my one friend. I'm gonna try and have people over here socially a little more often so that I can develop more friendships because there's no point in sitting around and whining about something if you don't do something about it. And this is me trying to do something about it. And I've been whining about doing something about my um, desert of friends that are here locally. When I have plenty of people who are great options for friends, who want to be friends with me, who want to try and spend time with me, and I've been the one that's going, people, because historically, me and people don't get along. Me and persons do just fine. So we're working on that. Um, Car's going great. I love my car. If I could I don't want to say if I could live in my car, I would, because I A, kind of do, and B, I don't want to literally live in my car. I like having a home, but I love, 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 love driving that car. It is an awesome car, and I'm hoping in the next couple of weekends to take a little bit of a trip out to one of the states next door and go visit a couple of friends and open her up and get a good run on her because I haven't really had her out on a big highway yet. So I want to do that. Um, I had wanted to take a vacation at the end of April. It has been made fairly clear to me that although I have the PTO, it would be preferred if I did not use it for actual paid time off because the business would take a hit. And I'm feeling less and less inclined to care about what the business likes and what the business needs because the business is not really doing a lot to support my emotional health, my mental health. It's not doing a lot to support or foster a team environment. In fact, it's doing more and more to tear apart what had felt like a good team environment. And I fully believe that when you are working in healthcare, pretty much in any field in healthcare, that it is required to have a team and a team that moves well. They've stripped my team. They took away all of the good supporting members of the team by closing a large arm of the business that I had gotten into this particular job for and with. Um, without trying to get into too many of the details because I just really don't have the liberty to air them. Um, but any company that'll give you PTO and then turn around and say, "Well, sure, you could take the PTO, but the company is gonna lose a lot because while you're gone, there's nobody to fill in for you, so your clients are gonna have to find alternative means of care," which means that not only are we not making that income because they're finding alternative means of care, but you're costing the company money now by taking PTO that you've earned. Mhm. Okay, I gotcha. So I'm gonna be looking for a new place. In fact, I wanna look into the VA and see what the VA hospice program has to offer, if there's any openings, if there's any training, and maybe get involved with VA hospice. Um, because this is just to put it bluntly, this is bullshit. It's not like I'm asking to take a 2-week cruise. It's not even like I'm asking to take the week off that I technically have the hours for. I'm asking for 4 days off. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I have Sundays off naturally, and I would be back to work on Monday. So I'm asking to have 4 paid days off, and that's apparently a hardship. And if that 4 days off is a hardship to the company that I'm in, then this to me sounds and looks like a sinking ship, and I don't feel like being a rat that dies on a sinking ship. So, yeah, I'm gonna be looking for a new place. Um, yeah, but other than that, my job's great. The work is fine. As I've said pretty much since the beginning, I love my work, I hate my job. I'm not a fan of my job. I love my work. And if I leave this company, I will miss my clients because I am technically not allowed once I leave this company to help any of them. Certainly not for money, but I think they assume that when you walk away, you just walk away entirely. And it's frustrating that rule because they want you to foster a family-like relationship with these people. They want you to treat them like family, but for some reason, they don't want you to love them like family, and I don't really I guess I have a hard time drawing that line between treat people like family and love people like family because it seems to me like that should go hand in hand, but professionally, that's seen as, detrimental to love your people like family, I guess. It's unprofessional. I should be able to walk away at any time, but I can't. I have one person that I see every single day. I see her more than I see any other human being. Every single day I see her for at least an hour. And typically we don't see each other on Sundays because I don't work Sundays, but typically we at least touch base on Sundays because she's got a question about something. Once in a while, I'll show up at her place on Sundays because I've been out to a different store than where I would normally shop for her specifically. So I show up to drop off food or items. Likely I will be seeing her this Sunday because I don't believe she's got any Easter plans, and I have inner tubes for her, so I'm gonna fix one of her bicycles. Or I'm gonna fix her bicycle and mine too. Um, so it's like, how am I supposed to just walk away from people like that? She will be honestly, she would be the first person to know if something happened to me and I didn't show up. She'd be the first person who would realize that I was not okay. And she would be the one who would make the calls to get the balls rolling to figure out where I was. Of everybody that I know, of my best friends, of my actual family, of my employer, this one client would be the one who would know if something had happened to me. But I'm supposed to be able to just walk away if I leave this job, which is difficult, impossible, actually. I'm still in contact with a couple of my clients that have left our services because I miss them so much. Um, but yeah, so that's work. Work. I love my car. We'll go back to that. I love my car. Um, did my taxes. Let's just say I don't like the feds. I don't like the feds for 2 years in a row now. I gotta figure that one out. Um, I have a clothing order coming. I placed it well over well over a month ago now, and they're just now processing my order. So I don't know if this is a COVID thing or if this is a everybody shopping online now thing or if this is a got lost in the interwebs I don't know what it is. But they just processed my payment this morning, which means I should be seeing clothes relatively soon now. Which is nice because I only shop about once every 4 years. Literally once every 4. I think the last time I shopped, did like a massive shopping for my clothes because I go through this one particular website. Woman Within, by the way, not a paid sponsor. I don't even care if I have to say that crap. But if you're large and you have a hard time finding clothing that fits your odd shape, check Woman Within. They tend to have some really nice stuff. Also associated with them is Romans, which I think is the next step up price-wise and maybe quality-wise. But Woman Within is perfectly serviceable. In fact, this is a really lovely little dress that I got that I picked up from them. Nothing hanging over here is from them. It's all Motley stuff I picked up. Anyway, the last time I shopped for clothing was before I moved to Ohio, so that was about 3 years ago. It was more than 3 years ago. I think it was actually around Thanksgiving, so it's a little almost 3.5 years ago. So, yeah, every 4 years I do a big shop. Um, so I'm excited about that. And what else? I'm paying my bills. I went to the grocery store. I go to the grocery store every Saturday for this one client, the one I was telling you about, and, so when I go, she lets me pick up things for myself at the same time, and so I've been, like, dropping every week I drop about $20 to $50 at the grocery store, and I pick up, like maybe this week, maybe I pick up meats, and maybe the next week I pick up, like, some box things to put in the pantry, or, every week I pick up a little bit of produce because fresh produce, pick up milk or eggs or cheese or whatever I need, pick up some dairy, pick up some breakfast foods. Um, I went last Saturday and I bought all kinds of stuff at the store, and I just put it in the cart, and I did not put it in the cart and go, 250, $4, 6 and a half bucks, okay. Okay, 350, okay, that's 9, $10. I didn't do that, I didn't tally it. I just put stuff in the cart, and when I got done doing all the shopping for the 2 of us, I went to the checkout. And I put all of her stuff through and paid for hers, and put all of my stuff through and didn't even bother looking at the total and just paid for it, and put my debit card back in my wallet, put my food in the bags, put the bags in the car, put the car at the house, dropped the stuff off into the refrigerator, And I never once thought about, "How much does this cost? Oh god, do I have enough?" No, I had enough. I had enough. And my refrigerator is full, and my pantry is full, and I can get up and go, "I'm hungry, I want to snack on something," and I have snacks in there, and I have snacks that are completely appropriate, and I have snacks that are totally not. I gotta lay off those little bags of chips. Um, this is probably the first time in my life that I have had the ability to go to the grocery store and just put whatever I want in the shopping cart and pay for it and not have to count every penny of it and mentally do the tax in my head. And this is a very different way of living for me. So I have a secure home. I have a car that I know I can make payments on that is reliable because it's newer in theory. I have food in my refrigerator enough and then some. I have meats in the freezer. I probably have 2 or 3 weeks worth of meats in the freezer. I'd like to get a chest freezer, but I'm trying to figure out where I would put it. I'd like to get a chest freezer and start filling that up because I am a fan of having, a couple of months worth of, you know, just in case, because you never know what the just in case is going to be. Um, I even have enough cat food and cat litter for the kitties, so I'm not scraping there either. So, um I had said when Dana had passed, I was talking with my closer friends and I said, her passing and the wheels that she's putting into motion for me are going to completely change the landscape of what I physically look like on paper, or financially look like on paper. And I'm starting to see the benefits of that now. By the end of the year, I should have made that shift entirely. Um, it's not going to move me out of being working class by any means. It's certainly not putting me into middle class unless you consider owning a home automatically putting you into middle class. Um, but income wise, it's not going to be putting me into middle class at all. I'm still very much working class and just, a couple of steps above poverty. But having a home that's like taken care of, um, and having a car that runs and having food in the refrigerator, that's enough for me. I mean, I don't financially, that's enough for me, and as long as I can maintain that, that's enough for me as far as my finances go. I don't need to be rich, I just need to be satisfied. So, um, see, is there anything else? Study group is going well. We reviewed True Magic by Amber Kay, discovered that it was way too much to put into one night of review, so at the end of our year and a day study, we're going to re-review True Magic by Amber Kay, which is a fascinating book. Give it a read if you're at all interested in anything pagan-ish. It's a good beginner book. I would recommend it certainly over some of the others that I won't mention because surely I'll get in trouble if I do. Um, I got Easter gift from one of my clients is a Rice Krispie treat covered in chocolate and little bunny sprinkles. It's cute. Um, yeah, I think that's roughly all I got. Get some tea. Hang on. I'm trying to finish off some of Dana's teas, and she had very, very different taste in teas than what I have. She likes the celestial seasonings, and I always kinda looked at the celestial seasonings teas and just kinda mocked them. Yeah, tea with commentary. I don't really want tea with commentary. If I drink tea, I want tea. I want a black tea. I want a green tea. I want a red tea. I don't want sunshine morning in April. Like, this is like orange, tangerine, honeybush. I don't know what the hell it is. It's gross. So there's 4 more bags of it, 3 more bags of it. I don't think they're gonna see the light of day. I think they're gonna see the circular bin. Yeah, circular filing system. You know what I mean. I'm gonna trash them, and then I'm gonna try a different one and probably have the same result. Meanwhile, though, she did like Earl Grey and Lady Grey, and I'm a fan of both, so I have enough of that for a little bit. But, yeah, I went through her tea collection, and most of her tea collection was either expired or medicinal, and most of the medicinals I'm not that interested in because I have my own blends for them. So a lot of tea went into the garbage, but I don't feel entirely horrible about it. I feel more horrible about throwing away their cardboard boxes because there's no recycling program here than I felt about throwing the tea itself away because the tea itself is tea bag tea. And I don't trust tea bag tea because I know that tea bag tea can frequently be a lot older than even what the expiration date says. And I don't like the chemicals that come in tea bags, whether you're working with linens or not, because even if you're working with linens, typically you're dealing with glue or a staple, which I also don't want in my tea. So, you know, and I'm not a big fan of tea bag teas. Um, it doesn't mean I don't drink them. I mean, I got my box of Lipton. I am so trashy that way, but my basket of loose teas is so significantly large as compared to my box of, like, bag teas. I think my bag teas can fit in a box that's, like, 12 by 6 by 3, whereas my actual, like, bulk tea, I have a basket that's, like, 18 inches by 12 inches by 6 inches, and it's just stuffed full of bulk. So, um, there's nothing significantly new going on in my world. I don't have any, like, classes or adventures or anything in my near future outside of maybe the trip to the state next door. I really don't have a lot of excitement going on right now. So this really was just a check-in. And I know it's too early for like anybody to be checking in with me, even though it's alive. But I know that 6:30, most of the folks that are watching this are at least 5:30 in the morning because they're central time zones. So anyway, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna shut this mouth and go away, and you guys have a fabulous day. Have a good week. Shout out to my friend Totes. It's his birthday. Happy birthday. I was thinking it was something else today other than April Fool's Day. Apparently not. Okay. Well, happy birthday, Totes. Yay. And the rest of you guys have a lovely day. Wear your mask, wash your hands, give somebody an elbow bump, bump, and I'll catch y'all later.